It's me. Good morning, the world. Good morning, Japan. This is Alan Gibson of J Soccer Magazine and jsoccer.com in the cold offices of J Soccer P&A in Kobe, Japan. Unscripted and unshaven. But it's a lovely day, Wednesday the 18th of January. And finally, about a month after I told you right here on video, Yasuyuki Konno has confirmed he's signed for Gamba Osaka from FC Tokyo. The national team centre-back is the new Gamba legend. Oh, talking of the national team, there you go. So welcome to Gamba Osaka, Konno. Konno is of course famous, in case you didn't know, for actually winning a championship for Gamba Osaka already. What do you mean? 2005, final game of the season, Cerezo Osaka 2, FC Tokyo 1. Cerezo Osaka about to get the championship, about to win J1. I'm there in person, watching the guy from the J-League take out the J-League trophy with his little white gloves, place it on a stand, add little pink and purple ribbons to it, and Konno scores for FC Tokyo. 2-2, 89 minutes, 57 seconds. Cerezo Osaka dropped from first to fifth in one goal. Konno wins the championship for Gamba. The little guy from the J-League puts his gloves back on, takes off the ribbons, puts the trophy in the button, runs in a taxi and goes somewhere else. The rest is history. Konno, you've already won one championship for Gamba Osaka. Are you going to win him another one? Looking at FC Tokyo, Jade North has also gone. I've got all the stuff down here. Tatsuya Suzuki, no big loss, I think. Nagira, Morimura, Daisuke Sakata, no, I don't think so. Daiki Takamatsu has gone back to Oita Trinita, but I don't think he really got much of a look in either. I don't think that FC Tokyo have lost too much, apart from Konno, their megastar. Last year they lost Nagatomo, but they didn't do too badly, did they? Coming in, they have Popovic. Ranko Popovic was the coach for Machida Zelvia up until very recently, and he did quite well. He's proved himself, and I think FC Tokyo will be happy with him. They've also taken Kazuma Watanabe, a mega star, up-and-coming youngster a couple of years ago who seems to have faded from the picture at Yokohama F. Marinos. Give him a new chance at FC Tokyo. I think he'll do all right, you know. It's a game of 2 hours, you know. Arya Jasuru Hasegawa also joined from Yokohama F. Marinos, and he ain't a bad player. Kenichi Kaga from Jubilo Iwata, not too bad either. Kosuke Ota from Shimizu S-Pulse. He's not bad either. S-Pulse fans are not too happy about that, since he left them and said, I'm not going to join another J-League team, I'm going overseas. And about 9 days later, he signed for FC Tokyo. Oops. I think the big little signing, because he ain't a big chap, for FC Tokyo could well be Hiroki Kawano from Tokyo Verdy. Very young, very experienced though. As a youngster, he's a good player. He could well be the Ishikawa Naohiro of 2012. But let's hope Ishikawa also comes back from more injuries. One of my favourite players ever. He's just been hit by injuries for so long. Most of his career he's been sitting on a bench or lying on a table. Ishihara, ganbatte kudasai. Also coming back, we have Shigematsu Kentaro from Avispa Fukuoka. He's not a bad player either, you know. And Jang Hyun-soo from Yonsei University. Apparently he's getting rave reviews, the young Korean boy. The young Korean. Don't I sound professional? The young Korean boy. So FC Tokyo, I think they'll do okay without Konno. I think they can manage it. At the other end of that trade, let's have a look at Gamba Osaka. Well, they lost Nishino, the trainer, but they've replaced him with, well, that's a complicated story, isn't it? They want to replace him with Wagner Lopez, but he hasn't got the qualifications. So apparently Mr. Jose Carlos Serrao has come in with Wagner Lopez as his assistant. But Wagner Lopez will be calling the shots, or perhaps the team will be building for Wagner Lopez for next year, 2013. Anyway, that's interesting. As we said, they've got Konno from FC Tokyo, Sato from Tokushima Vortis, been knocking in the goals. Rafinha has been loaned for another year. Paulinho, Vonfere Kofu, I don't know, I'm not sure about Paulinho. Gamba have a history of taking average to good goal-scoring Brazilians and making them huge and then selling them to some Arabic team. But perhaps that was the Nishino effect. We'll see. Barre, Magno Alves, Araujo, Leandro, Adriano, they all came to Gamba, improved, scored loads of goals and left for big money. Maybe Paulinho can do that too. Who knows? They got a goalkeeper in Takeda from S-Pulse, who will push Fujigaya because Fujigaya is a little bit prone. He's either the new Grobbelaar, the new Gary Sprake. Oh, how old am I? Eduardo is apparently a good left back from Paulista in Brazil. Left back, so Shimohira has gone to Omiya Ardija. Fujihara is also a decent left back, so there's some good stuff going on in the left back position for Gamba. Apparently, Eduardo can also play right back, so good cover for Kaji, who's injury prone and getting on a bit, aren't you? Sorry, Kaji, but you are. Good news, I think. Kurata has rejoined from Cerezo Osaka, and before that, Jeff United. He's been away for 3 years, I reckon, and he's a good player. Cerezo fans are going to have to forgive him for scoring against them and celebrating madly last season. But he's a good player, and I'm glad he's back. Shinichi Terada, also back from Yokohama FC. He ain't a bad little midfield player either, and I think he'll help. What else can I say? Daiki Niwa. Well, a guy called Daiki Niwa. Gamba fans might be forgiven for not even having heard of him because he's been away for 5 or 6 years. But apparently he's back and ready to play, so who knows? Outgoing, as I said, Nishino coach is gone. Lee Kun-ho, or Lee Iguno, as they say in Korea, and Kim Sung-yong have both left for Ulsan Hyundai. Lee Kun-ho had to get back to Korea for national service, or before national service, or instead of national service. Not sure of the details there, but he had to go, and apparently he paid his own fee to get over there. We'll miss him. Gamba Osaka, a good servant for Gamba, and before that for Jubilo. As I said, Shimohira's gone to Omiya Ardija, and they have a good deal there. Yamaguchi Satoshi, a servant for Gamba Osaka, has returned to his native club, Jeff United, and should get a year or two in the J2. He's a good player, great experience, he'll be good for them. Kazumichi Takagi and Hideo Hashimoto have both gone to Vissel Kobe. Hashimoto will be a good signing for Vissel Kobe. Takagi, well, he'll be good backup for Komoto, who is injured at the moment, and Kitamoto. Futori, keeper who never played, gone off to Verdi. Not so bad, no problem there. Shoki Hirai, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, he burst onto the scene, scored about 15 goals in 3 games or something like that. Everybody thought it was the next big thing. He's going to go to the World Cup even. Seemed to have faded from view. Nishino reckoned it was sort of an application, effort, not sure, but he's a talented boy, let's face it. And only on loan at Niigata, so maybe he'll score a few goals and come back to Gamba. A new man. Suganuma, a decent defender, good centre-back, played for the younger national teams. I've refereed him a few times in the Gamba second team setup, and he ain't too bad, although he's prone to a few errors. So hopefully a year or two at Jubilo Iwata, and he'll be back at Gamba Osaka, replacing some other old centre-back. Afonso, what can you say? Young boy, Brazilian, nice kid, my Facebook friend, lovely boy. Sends me messages that I don't understand what he's talking about because I don't speak Portuguese. He's been released back to his native Corinthians Alano in Brazil. He did okay. I think he's got a good future ahead of him, but he needs to apply himself, you know. There's so many more transfers to talk about, like another 36 or 38 teams. But for today, we'll stick to Gamba and Tokyo because of the Konno connection. And I'd say look at jsoccer.com, www.jsoccer.com, or on the Facebook page of jsoccer.com and JSoccer Magazine to keep up to date with all of the J-League transfers. For now, I'm back to issue 3 of JSoccer Magazine. And we just got in some absolutely amazing photos of the FIFA Club World Cup. Messi, Neymar, Casio Reysol boys. And some lovely pictures of Homare Sawa in a kimono, receiving her Ballon d'Or in, where was that, Switzerland? So I'm considering adding another 8 pages to JSoccer Magazine, issue 3, within the next 4 hours. Better get on with it, eh? JSoccer Magazine, Alan Gibson out, Kobe, Japan.